So here's a new addition to my home office. It's a VivaSun 4x8 grow tent. In this space, I plan to grow 25% of my family's vegetables in the next 60 days. Along with the grow tent, I'll be using a 4-inch inline duct fan, an activated carbon filter, a fan speed controller, and 4-foot LED tube lighting. I'll leave the links to everything I use down in the description box, and while you're there, smash the like button if you're getting anything out of this. Assembly was quick and easy, took less than 20 minutes with the help of a friend. Let's get to it. In the box, you're going to find the tent, the assembly instructions, the floor tray, the corner adapters and the T-adapters, the straps to hold your carbon filter, and 3 bags that contain the different frame supports and ceiling hooks. Take all the components out of the bag and lay them out so you can easily see them. They should be identified with letters so you can make sure you have them all. Start by assembling the 6 vertical posts first. The 4 corner posts will have a Y adapter at top and bottom, while the middle post will have a T adapter at the bottom and a 4-port adapter at the top. With all the adapters on, start adding in the cross poles to connect the vertical posts together. I used the wall to support the posts as I assembled the structure. With the first wall assembled, repeat the process to build the second wall. Make sure your corner adapters are facing inward towards the first wall so that your connection post can go between. Separate your 2 walls and start in the center using a connector post to go across. This will help steady the structure as you add the rest of the cross posts to the top and bottom corners. Now it's time to add the tent cover. The tent installation starts at the back. I didn't have a whole lot of space in the back, so I just started unrolling it. Be sure to open all the zippers before you start installing the tent. Start at the back and run the top of the tent over the top of the structure. It helps to have a friend or someone to hold the lightweight frame to stop it from shifting as you try to pull the cover over. Once the top of the tent is secure at the corners, run the floor underneath the frame and secure it at the front. I was really impressed with the quality of the fabric of the tent and how perfectly it fit without having to stretch it around the corners and the edges. The last poles to install are the hanging bars. These just sit on top of the frame. So there's 2 types of bars that go across the ceiling. There's these ones here with the deeper hooks you can see, and then these ones here with the more shallow hooks. The deeper hooks actually allow the one bar to go below the other. So make sure you keep the deeper hooks for your side-to-side connections, and then your other hooks will go from front to back. The hanging bars are adjustable so you can move them to the location where you need to hang your lights, carbon filter, fan, and ductwork. The final part of the tent is the floor tray. Just roll it out and attach the Velcro straps around the posts. This will help contain any spills and also make the floor more durable. So it's a 4x8 grow tent, but actually the inner dimensions are 44 inches deep, 93 inches long, and 78 inches tall. And so not quite 4x8 on the inside, but it's pretty close. So one thing I was really impressed is the quality of material that the actual tent itself is made out of. The stitching looks really good. The zippers are high quality and they open and close very, very nicely. And it's actually quite thick material. I was expecting it to be a little bit more space blankety, but it looks quite durable. My 2-year-old's been in and out of this thing 100 times since I set it up, and she hasn't broke it yet. Okay, so inside, the walls have quite a few vents. There's 2 big round vents on each side wall, and then there's 2 of these ceiling vents here, and then there's some vents along the lower side as well. Over here on the other side, we have this little sort of pocket for holding stuff, and then there's 2 more vents here along the back wall. So there's lots of vents in here, different sizes. It looks like this one's about a 4-inch maybe, and these ones over here are about 8-inch. There's also dual cords, so you can, if you are using them, you can tighten just the inside one, or you can tighten both of them You can see over here, I've actually tightened both of them out of the way and just pushed it in so it's not sticking into the tent. It gives us a lot more room. I've done the same with the bottom ones. So these top bars give us lots of hanging room for our lights and our carbon filter, our fan, our ductwork. I think I might actually put the carbon filter and fan exterior and pull the air out. And then leave the lower vents open on the walls here, and the air will come in from the bottom and exhaust through the top. So we'll get rid of the warm air up top and bring in nice fresh air from down below. On both sides, there's large doorways here that zip out. And so there's access from the back. Mine's up against the wall, so I won't be accessing from the back. But if you were able to get to both sides, there'd be plenty of access. And 3 of the 4 walls actually zipper all the way open. So on the other side, I'll probably open that wall now and then, depending on what I have growing over there, so I can access the front and back. This one's pretty close to the wall, so it's just gonna stay up all the time. But it really does, you can take down basically 3 of the 4 walls, so that gives a lot of ability to access what you got in here. The floor is very sturdy, especially with the extra floor pan in here. I was pretty happy with the quality of that. Just to give you an idea how everything is going to be laid out and what sort of fits in here, I've stuck some pails down below. I'm using 4-gallon square buckets. A lot of people like to use 5-gallon round buckets. The 5-gallon are just a little bit taller than the 4-gallon, but the footprint is actually the same. So it'll just give you an idea of how many fit. In half of it, I can do 4x4 buckets. So, 16 buckets in half the tent. That's quite large if you wanted to just fill the floor with buckets. That's not the route I'm gonna take, and in the next video, I'll show you exactly how I plan to lay it all out.